Hi, I'm Bernadette with By the Book Accounting, and today I wanted to talk to you real quick about starting a business. I hear a lot of people talking about wanting to start a business, wanting to be their own boss, and I just want to give you just some tips or just some information that you need to do before you start writing your business plan, before you start doing your research. I'd like to challenge you to do what's called crafting your why. And what does that mean? So, what is your why? I want you to get clear about what it is that you want to do in your business. So, if you're baking pies, if you're writing business plans for people, if you're editing books, if you're fixing cars, whatever the case is, get really clear about that. But more importantly, you need to get clear on why. Why do you want to fix cars? Why do you want to bake cakes? Why do you want to rewrite resumes for people? The reason that you want to get clear about your why is entrepreneurship is hard. It is not easy. A lot of people think it's easy. I've had people tell me that I'm lucky, that I have it made. I've even been called a lady of leisure, and those things are no further from the truth. I am not lucky. I am not a lady of leisure. I work hard, and I work harder now for myself than I ever worked on anybody's job. And so I'm not saying that to discourage you from being an entrepreneur, because I think entrepreneurship is awesome, but I'm just saying that to make sure that you are understanding that if you're not clear on why you want to start your business, those days when it gets really hard, when you get a lot of no's, more no's than yeses, when you get more money going out than money coming in, those are the days that you are going to want to revisit that why. Why did you want to do this business? So when I say this crafting your why, it's your reason. It's not a right or wrong reason. There are some people that say, don't do it for the money, don't do it for whatever. Do it for whatever you want to do it for. So if you're going into business to solely make money, it is nothing wrong with that. That is your reason. Do what you got to do. Just make sure that whatever that reason is something that has some meaning to you. Meaning, it has passion. I always say that your why should make you cry. And what I mean by that is when you think about the reason that you started your business or that you want to start your business, that reason should make you cry. When I think about my why, I think about when I first started. I started my very first business in 1998. It was a really long time ago. But I started it because I wanted to have control. And it's not because I'm a control freak, even though I've been accused of that. I wanted to be in control of my time. I wanted to be in control of my earning potential. I wanted to be in control of my destiny. At the time, I had an elementary school age child. My daughter was in elementary school age. And I didn't want anybody telling me that I couldn't go on her field trip, or that I couldn't take off and go have lunch with her at her school, or just going to a PTA meeting afterwards and not having to work overtime or something like that. So I wanted control over my time. I also wanted control over my earning potentials because I've always been a hard worker. I've had a job since I can remember. I was babysitting. I was doing all kind of stuff before I could even fill out a W-4 and get a real job. I had a job. And so I've always been a hard worker, and I just want something to where my earning potential would match my efforts. And so if I bust my butt, then my deposits will show that. If I don't do anything, then also my bank balance shows that too. And so because I'm not prone to be one to not do anything, that works for me. I also wanted to be in control of my destiny. I didn't want to I think the days, and there's nothing wrong with it. My mom retired from a job for 30 years, but the days of working for one company for 30 years and retiring with a pension or a retirement plan, I think those days are over. And I did not want to be in a situation where somebody else was going to be controlling my destiny, where I show up one day and they tell me that's my last day. And even though entrepreneurship has its risk and it has its times when they're not always, it's not always certain. I know for a fact that I have control over that. I also wanted to help other people because I know that the things that I know can help others. And so I wanted to be able to use my skill sets to help other people. And I've done that. I've helped hundreds, probably thousands of people start businesses, run businesses, get on track with their businesses. And so that was another thing. I want to make a difference. And I feel like I have in my business. I've made a difference. I've gotten emails from people, random emails from people who may have just been on my newsletter list and I never met before, and they say how encouraging or how much I inspire them to do things or whatever. And the last thing, this is the part that kind of makes me want to cry, and I have my tissue right here in case I do. But I wanted to be an inspiration to my daughter. I wanted my daughter to always know that there is nothing that she can't do. And more than just telling her that every day, I wanted to show her. And so there is nothing more powerful than than raising a child as an entrepreneur. And when I look at my now young adult daughter, and just the things that she believes that she can do and the things that she's done, I know it's because she's watched me. And I don't say that to be boastful, but I just say that with a lot of pride because inspiring her was one of the biggest things, beyond some of the other stuff that I listed. And I listed this last because this is the thing that meant the most to me. And I know that as a child of an entrepreneur, she's been inspired, and that inspiration has caused her to do things much greater than I've ever done. And so I encourage you, before you sit down to write your business plan, take a few minutes to craft your why.